What fictional world do you wish you lived in? Basically any sitcom, don't matter. Having the jobs they do, while being able to live in places they do and have that much free time is just as unrealistic as Star Trek or the MCU. Stardew Valley. I want to just chill on my farm, chase after all the single villagers, and maybe occasionally hit a slime. Star Trek, definitely. Aside from the occasional Borg invasion or overzealous whale watchers every 50 years or so, you get to peacefully do about anything you want. Skyrim, provided I am the Dragonborn. I would hate to be there as one of the average farm hands. I'd want to live in either the Avatar: The Last Airbender universe, as a bender obviously, or Harry Potter, as a witch. I'd be sad to be a non-bender / muggle. The Star Trek Federation seems a good one. Everyone has the thing they do, and seemingly plenty of downtime to enjoy their hobbies. Star Trek. Life as an average citizen would be great, as poverty was eliminated in the early 22nd century. Life on board a starship, however, would be awesome. Pokemon. Lots of pretty forests, interesting animals and fighting children and taking their money. This might be controversial because it's dangerous, but I would choose Skyrim if I could be a Nord. Otherwise I would probably not last a day. Since I was little I was always into Medieval stuff and dragons, lol. I remember when Skyrim first came out I stopped everything I was doing for like a week and just binged played it. Good times. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So calm, so peaceful. But magical and filled with love and acceptance. It's a whole new world we live in. But you still gotta catch 'em all, and be the best that you can be. One Piece. That world is just too big and I want to explore every place the Strawats have landed, maybe even more. Ready Player One. You don't even have to be someone special, BC the game would be enough for me. Ben 10 verse, because I can hang out with aliens and if I'm lucky get an Omnitrix of my own. The Golden Compass 1. Having an animal best friend for life seems pretty epic, especially since you could have something atypical as a genuinely loving partner like a lion or bear or something. Star Trek's universe. Time to ditch the hospital, enlist in Starfleet, and learn to use a medical tricorder. Technically Warhammer 40k, but if I could choose who I became I'd want to be a Chaos Space Marine. So I know my soul is safe. Hollow Knight. The vessels can't feel pain I think, and you only lose your money if you die and can even get it back. Pokemon. I don't buy the games much anymore. But the concept has always fascinated me. I reckon it would be fun to live over there, after the whole Pokemon War stuff. Cyberpunk 2077. Because I wanna meet the characters, assuming that I am transported there at the same time that the main story starts, and I wanna be a cyborg. I am still waiting for the blue call box to show up, off on an adventure where I may or may not be turned into a library book or eaten by giant spiders. Also might end up in an alternate reality pining away for my doctor. Skyrim every day of the week. I'd go to the College of Winterhold and train without end to be a master conjurer and possibly destruction mage. That way I could be a complete badass, live my life in a beautiful and entertaining land, finally be able to do magic, and if danger were to come my way I could defend myself. Edit, spelling. American dream we so often see on TV. 1 breadwinner, stay-at-home mom, 4-bedroom house and comfortable retirement in your early 60s. Don't need magic or dragons or anything like that. Just a shot at financial stability when you put in a decent work ethic. Narnia. Talking animals, medieval light adventures, swords and magic and sea voyages to the end of the world. I will never stop checking random wardrobes for a way in. Roadhouse. Not sure if I wanna be friends with Dalton or be one of Wesley's henchmen. On one hand, Dalton and Wade are cool fuzz. On the other hand, pool parties. Whichever one lets me have a part-time job and be able to comfortably afford a nice, well-sized apartment and have money to spare for hobbies. I wish I lived in GTA 4. I'd live forever on hot dogs lol, and occasionally Nico Bellic will start a shootout with cops on my street and I'll just watch, and keep close enough to the hot dog cart. If I could choose the era I would say live in the Destiny universe, if not definitely Pokemon World. I think I'll go to Roshar just to get some hiking and sightseeing done. Nothing inimical to my health there. Star Trek or Harry Potter? I would say Pandora from Avatar as well because it's gorgeous, but the giant animals are a little too intimidating for me to want to live there. Pokemon. The anime world. Seems pretty chill. I also wanna curb stomp Ash and beat the type advantage chart in his brain and vent years of frustration of being a kid and yelling at the TV screen for how stupid he was. I'd only live in the Walking Dead game universe to meet Clementine, then I'd be satisfied and die soon after from a slight cut on my finger. One where I could make a homestead half a day's ride from the nearest town, live from the land, hunt, fish and have a family. Heaven for me is Hazard Country, and I'm a Duke boy bombing around in the General Lee. I'm driving, of course. Dragon Ball. Sure, the world will be at stake every day, but if I train I can shoot lasers and fly. Plus if I die I can get wished back. Earth during Star Trek TNG and DS9, before the war. I would like to see how no scarcity manifests itself in the world. I would then like to grab dinner at Cisco's Creole Kitchen. What's the name of the one where women enthusiastically have sex with me? That one may be even too fictitious for this conversation. Crazy talk. I read the enemy books in middle school and I still wish some kind of apocalyptic event hits the word. Cyberpunk. Though I now fully well I'd be dead in about 12 minutes. Probably be a heel of a time. I wish I lived in a world with body augmentation. I'd have a titanium spine or something like that. That would allow me to insert a chip with storage and I could learn anything I want within seconds. Use your world, starting from the Oak series and aging up from there. So long as you stay away from the plot and you know how to play the game, you're pretty much guaranteed a danger-free, successful and lucrative career of playing card games for a living. Also, you could invest in Kybercorp before it becomes a multidimensional super conglomerate with enough disposable money to build a space elevator on a whim. IDK. It seems like every single one of the options could backfire horribly. I guess I'll just stay in this world without Order 66S, Pokemon like Tentacruel constantly flooding the city, it happened in the anime, or some huge space beings being frozen into the ocean. Probably Ghost in the Shell. I get it's supposed to be dystopian, but we already are heading for a dystopian world. We just don't get all the cool gadgets and gizmos. Apart from that, any world that has magic. Preferably without an existential threat working to end all life. A world where anyone can learn a spell or two. That sounds like a pretty sweet deal. Definitely the Avatar universe after Team Avatar 1 of course, and as long as I was a bender. Initial D90s Japanese car culture at its finest. Everyone gets to go street racing with cool vibes in the mountains with no police disturbances whatsoever and just have a good time. Sign me the fuck up.